Hi, everybody. It is another night of Barn Banter. It is the night before the official kickoff for our show season. We head to Ohio tomorrow to start the show season for 2024. And as Brent just said, I'm going to have way too much fun with this because this is discussing what we have to pack in the trailer before we leave. And the kitchen sink is included.
Not really. No.
But Brent's been going through, because we all laugh. I have a real job, so I have not been home here. We generally empty the trailer, particularly our show tack and things like that, stuff that we don't want to sit out in the weather all winter. And that's been in my office. My home office has been full of nothing but show bridles and halters and tails and saddles. And so our nephew came and took those all down last weekend so that we could transfer them to the trailer. But Brent had trailer prep to do before we could even put him in the trailer. So what was your trailer prep?
Well, yeah, it's, we had a little leftover cleaning to do from last fall. Shame on me. This is gonna be part of do what I say, not what I do. But we started the week pulling all the mats and getting everything all cleaned and disinfected and little tip, I guess, housekeeping. When we wash the floors and stuff, put a little baking soda down to, if you've got aluminum floor, to minimize the oxidation and white rust. So we got that all done. Julie had to stop and get plenty of baking soda one night so I could do it the next morning. But we got the trailer all cleaned and what little stuff we did have left over, like our buckets and stuff, we got those all out and cleaned. But the trailer is from the mid-tack back. I don't get in the dressing room, but from the mid-tack back, it's all been vacuumed and washed and cleaned and smells good and ready to load up. So, and understand I didn't do very much of this. I had some really good help this week. Some kids are on spring break and I kept them busy, and a couple of the employees helped out, and I did do a little bit, but it's been a group effort. So, so after that, we kind of figured out how much hay we've got to take and grain, and this trip from the barn is only taking 3 horses. We had one customer have some unfortunate luck with her truck. She can't go, and there's been a couple others that's had some things come up, but we've still got 4, 5, 6 clients that we are helping. We'll have 8 or 10 horses there, youth and amateur and all arounds, and a couple open horses for me to show. So, but I had to figure out how much grain and stuff, and I always take a couple extra bale of hay and an extra bag of feed or 2 just in case that somebody needs something, just in case we get stuck this time of year because of bad weather or something. We've always got plenty and to get us through for an extra day or 2. So we got that all loaded, and so then we started, loading the buckets after we washed and cleaned them again. Got them all ready, and then the fun part started. I started figuring on tack and which horses, and I promised myself and Julie and a couple of the others that show with us that I would cut back on the number of bridles and different things I take, and I tried really, really hard.
Keyword is tried.
We just
Keyword is
finished
tried.
loading them actually today, and I had said that I would only take 10 bridles, where I normally take 30 or more. We got one of those 3-tier racks that holds 30, and I try not to double them up. And right now in the trailer, there are, I think, 18 work bridles. And Julie just posted out there on her reels my show bridles, and there's probably another 8 or 10 of those. You know, it's just in case I don't like how one's riding with a particular one. I can change without having to redo a whole bridle and stuff. You know, always be prepared for the unusual. That's, you know, or the unexpected. So I'm pretty much covered with that. And Julie has an idea, but what's going to be good about most of this is, believe it or not, I've got doubles of almost everything. Most of what's in the trailer I won't have to take out after this horse show for the next horse show. I've got almost all the bridles still in here, work bridles that I won't need much out of the trailer. So this is hopefully for us, you know, the first time and the only time most of the summer I'll have to do stuff. I'll go through all this again when we go to the World Show in June. But
He'll completely empty the trailer. In reality, he will completely empty the trailer and put it all back in. Why? I don't know, but it's just the way he has to do it. So we all roll our eyes when we turn our back to him. We're frustrated, but it's got to get done.
And you know, stuff gets moved around when it gets put back, and I like to know where everything is in the trailer. And I'm sure some of you trainers are, I'm not sure I would say I'm anal about it, but pretty much want stuff in the same place all the time. So we're pretty much ready there. Work pads, show saddles. Now my work saddles will go in and out. Went through, took me a couple hours to go through the grooming. We have a small like tool chest where all the grooming supplies go, and so I had to get a couple new brushes, and I had to get a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and so all that took me a couple hours to go through that, make sure everything's in there that I think I want, you know, or I think I may need, I guess is the best part, the best words. And then, you know, trainers, and this doesn't sound good if you're a non-horse person watching this, but went through the drug box, make sure I have plenty of Banamine and Bute and cough medicine and needles and syringes to administer pretty much whatever I need to in the case of an emergency. And we've got plenty of vet wrap and cotton wraps and square pads to, you know, for a cut, or, you know.
And
so
we kind of rely on Murphy's Law for that. As long as we have it, we know
we
we
won't
won't need it.
Yeah.
But you know, there's multiple times that people will come to us at a horse show. The horses start coughing. We have SMZs. You know, do you have this? Do you have that? And we travel with a pretty good supply of veterinary medicine that we can take care of an animal before a veterinarian gets there, and just make sure that they're comfortable and there's no catastrophes. And a lot of people know we have that stuff, so if they need it, they come and say, you know,
Yeah.
this is what we need, and we just roll it out and get it. But
Yeah. And so that was another hour or two project, so I've got that done. And I think as I sit here tonight, actually last night, my goal was to be done last night so I could focus on things today, and I was probably 80% done, met my goal, and there were some things I needed to get done today, and so I got those all finished, and my plans is to leave here about 8 o'clock in the morning. We've got about a 5 or 6 hour drive. I know that's not long for some of you. It's a big day for some others, but I went through my trailer. The tires are all pumped up. Everything's cleaned. Everything's right up. All my lights work. I lubricated all my hinges and my door locks and stuff, a little bit of WD-40, and we've got that all taken care of, and we've got a few clothes to put in the morning or yet tonight, but it's been a 2-day project and a big list, but we're pretty much ready to go. And I think what why I'm saying all this is take time to be prepared, you know, and not that you need lots and lots of equipment, but you know, make sure that you've got everything that you know you're going to need, and some things that you may need or may want to have. It's always better to be prepared, as I say a lot, for the unexpected or the unusual, and that does come down to bridles, but brushes and veterinary stuff and hay and feed, and there's a whole variety of things that go into being prepared to go excuse me, for a 3 or 4 day show, and think about it, make a list, and be prepared. And I know, you know, this isn't going to be new to many of you, but if one little hint or tip gets you better prepared for something, then I'm glad we did this. So what did I miss, Julie?
Oh, you missed the Julie backup. Okay? Most of the time, because I have a job, I can't leave with him. He leaves in the morning. So I leave after work, and about noon, 1 o'clock, the texts and the phone calls start. Oh, I forgot this. Would you stop and get this? I didn't bring the back massager for the horse. I need more of a particular bridle that I forgot. So that's the backup part that comes from me sitting then, waiting and starting the list. And I generally literally write it on my hand so that I'm sure I don't lose the list.
So there's only room for 2 or 3 things. She's exaggerating how much it really
Okay.
is.
So let's go to some of the other back things, all right? Making sure that everybody likes their various numbers, making sure that we have all those numbers available for you to show with, so that those numbers are printed out. Making sure that we have all of the horse's registration papers, so that I can, and Coggins papers.
Health papers
and,
if needed.
Correct. And then let's talk about Brent's show clothes. He is worse than any teenage girl or extravagant wife packing. He needs about 6 shirts for the weekend, okay? There is at least 20 shirts go in, okay? And then the 6 that we used, 6 or 7 that we used, will go to the cleaners, and those and another 5 or 6 will go in there. So by June in show season, your entire wardrobe is in the horse trailer, because you have managed to take it all to the trailer, and all your shirts and all your jeans and all of your dress pants are all in the trailer.
Where else am I going to wear them? You know, that's where
So,
they belong.
you know, the backup part that comes from supporting you just getting your horse stuff in the trailer is far greater. And Debbie's story one time said she had no idea how I did this, and you just don't think about it. Oh, and then last night, you know, because I have called ahead or messaged ahead, and they know exactly how many stalls we need, how many bales of shavings we need. They know exactly how to split the stalls between tack stalls and everything. You know, the club gets that, so they've got all that. And then now the ladies will start, and it started yesterday, Jill Bryant. Do you have the stalls laid out yet? So we know where everybody needs to put their own horses, who they're sharing tack stalls with. And I'm thankful that nobody really cares how I arrange it, But, you know, all of that back stuff that has to go along with that when they drive into the horse show, everybody knows where to go and where to put things. So, and then kudos to our Lisa Rockwell, who makes sure that our food menu is always taken care of and that everybody's got their assigned days and times and that we always have enough utensils and plates and everything that goes along with it. You know, God forbid that we would be without coffee in the morning. We always have coffee because that would be a really ugly day.
Yes, for
But-
many of us, not just me.
Correct, yeah. And so, you know, packing the trailer is just a small portion of what it comes to, it's a large portion, okay? But there's a lot of other stuff that goes along with getting yourself ready to be prepared and not panic at the first horse show.
And after we do all of that, or leading up to that, what is your, how do I wanna ask this? Your number one problem with how I do things, or don't do things?
It's your way of the road.
How
Brent.
how many times, what I'm getting at is change.
Oh, yeah, Brent does things by the seat of his pants. And all of a sudden, he'll be like, well, I think I'm going to take this horse. Or, I'm not going to take this horse. Or, he'll get there and he'll be like, well, maybe I'm going to show in this. And so, you have to be prepared for literally anything with Brent. Because we just never know when you're going to throw us a curveball.
Or a fastball. You know,
So, But,
you know, so again, you know, have a plan. It helps when you have a plan in a direction and know what you're doing before you get there. And as I said, do as I say, not as I do. Yes.
So, well, we start this week. We hope that we have, most importantly, a safe year and that we don't have any tragedies and that everything goes fine with our equipment. Yeah, because the truck was at the shop yesterday, so yeah, there was another check that we had to write. And so we just hope that we have a safe travels, and we hope that everybody else that goes out this year is going to have a safe year, that your animals all stay healthy and sound, and that we get fair judging, and that most important, we're going to make some memories. We're going to make some dreams come true for people.
Yep.
You know, as our clients have big goals for this year, we hope that we can contribute to making those happen. And Brent, I know you always have goals. I hope that at the end of the year, when we empty this trailer, that you will have achieved everything that you wanted for the year. So,
Well, if I just get part of it, it'll be a good year. So it's and we want everybody else to have the same thing, like Julie said. It's the Pinto shows where we go 99% of the time have been a lot of fun and a lot of good people and good competition. But at night we all sit around and talk and visit and that's what it's all about. As Julie just said, the memories. So.
let's make
Hopefully
some.
we make new memories. You betcha. Yeah.
And we hope you've enjoyed tonight's Barn Banter. If you enjoy it, subscribe to us on YouTube. I've got a little bit of plans we're going to kind of catalog the year. You're going to get to know all our clients, and you're going to get to find out some of the things that happen, both good, bad, and otherwise, at the horse shows. So watch for little things to pop up on our YouTube channel, and we sure appreciate everybody and all the good feedback that we're getting from people. So
Absolutely.
have a good evening, and for those of you that are going to the horse show with us, see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Night.
Have a good night.